I was watching the news with my dad tonight, and as soon as I saw this, I said, "Oh my God! Look, they're having brush fires in Tennessee." Oh, actually, they're not that bad. No, there's some material left. Usually, when we had our brush fires, there was only dust left. But their brush fires, at least there's some material. Wow, I didn't even know they had bad brush problems in Tennessee. But wait, what is this? Oh, an explosion? No, that's the brush fires. They caught the arsonist, right? Well, no, that's why they're using footage from the brush fires. No, no. It's like ours, except you could actually see that there's stuff left over. So it's not that bad. See, it's a fire, brush fire. That's what a brush fire looks like, right? No, that's a neighborhood in Pacific Palisades. Man, you know that. Come on. There's an arsonist who did it. Look, and there's a whole car. Usually the cars are melted or everything's gone. This isn't an explosion. Come on. If it was an explosion, it wouldn't be anything, really. Yeah, I think scientists have decided that a Santa Ana wind-driven brush fire under those conditions controlled by those elements are clearly more disastrous than a massive explosion at a plant that makes explosives. Because you actually have material left over from the explosion, which is kind of rare. But you don't have materials left over from the brush fire. So that would draw the conclusion that you might want to think that, is this global warming, or is this like something really on like some level we don't want to discuss or are scared to discuss? And I think that's what he's trying to prove. He's not trying to force feed you any information. He's trying to compare things to you. I mean, this guy here became emotional. He said that there were 17 people they couldn't find. Well, I don't think they're going to find them if it was an explosion. But that happens every week up here. And you tell us it's because we didn't clean our yards, even though our homes are basically under very strict laws. The firemen come around to your house and give you a notice that if you do not clear the brush far enough away from the fire to catch your house, that they will pay for a gardener to come out, or they will fine you $500. In fact, where I live, you have to pay an extra $350 to the state because you might have a fire, and we're not really in a brush fire area, but they consider it a brush fire area. And since it costs so much money to put them out, we have to pay extra fees. So the homes are made out of fireproof material in California. There's brush clearance around each home. Even the stuff that you see catching fire is greenery. It shouldn't catch. And we do not live in a drought 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In fact, when you see buildings burning, we have the toughest sprinkler laws in all of the world. So if there's any place where a property is not going to catch fire, or by law, you can't even build a building there if it has you can throw gasoline on it. It might flame up for a second, but it's not going to catch fire and burn. That's every building code for California houses up in the hills. And you want to believe that it's because we didn't hire any gardeners. And now we have an excuse for that too, don't we? Because you kicked them all out of the country. I mean, so I don't know what to tell you now. We gave you $40 billion. You give Texas $20 billion back. You never give us any money back, and you're threatening to not help us out? Yeah, that's why they call it Pacific Palestine. Yeah, because see, when we give Israel a lot of weapons like that to kill people, they're all American weapons, every single one of them, even the jets. Now, I don't know who does the mathematics on that, but they finally trace it back to America. And they say, well, if they're going to destroy their people, then God, in some karmatic way, destroys our people and the best of our people. So the fact that this isn't happening in some of the ignorant states shows that, well, they're burning up California because that's where your assets are. They're not going to hit you where it's not important. They're going to hit you where it's important. They're going to hit you where your best city is, where your best people are. But we didn't attack them. No, you did. Every American pays 94 cents a year. Every American, even children, in taxes, to fund Israel for slaughtering Hamas and killing Red Cross workers and for killing aid workers. More workers were killed in this October 7th stunt than have been killed in the Civil War, in World War I, World War II and Vietnam combined. And as you've seen on the video, it's deliberate. Now they're admitting it's deliberate. And he won't turn himself in for war crimes. In fact, I think what's so funny is he's Israeli, Netanyahu, and Trump sent an executive order saying that he doesn't have to. He admonished him. He gave him a pardon from the war crimes. Oh yeah, then they're blowing up cell phones. That's right, another terrorist act. But they're there to stop terrorism. It's just this country is a state, and then they stole a name. They're calling it the State of Israel. It's about 50 years old. No, I know that's what's so weird. They took a name out of the Bible and they decided to call themselves the State of Israel. Like what bakers? But yeah, that's why a lot of it happens. Remember that train wreck in Palestine, Ohio, that spilled all that. Remember all that big black smoke? Yeah, that was a warning. You don't know about that, huh? Yeah. Now you eventually will get educated on it, but you have to really kind of be in touch with spirit to understand that. Yeah, no, I knew something. We all knew something was going to happen in Palestine. That was like in some way reflecting in the other Israel, the one that's controlled by. See, that Israel controls us and our president. That's the problem. I mean, they have so many spies here; it's ridiculous. I mean, I mean, who doesn't know about 9/11? I mean, it's okay. I know you're anti-Semitic. I don't know what that means. It means that you hate Jewish people. Okay, so they're saying that they're the real Jewish people. Yeah, see, you need to start thinking about that. They're not Semites. It's true. The Semites spoke Hebrew. In fact, the Bible was written in Hebrew. So what? I just have to learn the language, and all of a sudden I can call you an anti-Semitic if I steal your stuff or something. No, those aren't the real Jews. The land of Israel did not exist until the United Nations put it right there. And then they showed up and they killed all the Palestinians. And they were all living happily together before. So what happened in California was blowback, is what the CIA calls it. And Trump knows that. Trump knows that California is the best state. So when we get paid back for giving all those weapons to Israel, they're going to have to pay for it. That's why people say, Trump did this to us. What are you talking about, you crazy nut? Did he shot laser beams at you? No. He knows how it's going to happen. And I mean, just wait till you Midwesterners, you red states, I think you're going to be penalized. I mean, you didn't get the whole, like, we're going to go into LA, that we say we hate. We're going to kick out all the legal and illegals that are brown. And then I was like, dude, why are you threatening Americans' lives like that? And I straight up posted, you guys, I don't want to say anything bad on here. I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I don't want to get a visit from Kash Patel, but you're going to ending up killing a bunch of innocent, like, ICE worker type people. And then the very, like, 3 days later, I mean, I'm not saying everyone read my post, but it was just a few days later. What's the Virgin Mary names in Mexico? Well, actually, for northern Mexico, southwestern California. Guadalupe, that's right, Guadalupe. And in the Guadalupe River, they tried to explain it away, but it was really never been seen in nature before. Kills 114 people, and you didn't put together that was because what Trump did in LA? Dude, yeah, I just guessed that, right? Come on, man, do the math. Oh yeah. Oh, this one? Oh, I don't have my pen and paper. Let me do the math nice. Okay, this is. Okay. Okay, God never favors the aggressor. Okay. You want me to explain this one for you guys? I mean, I do this for free, but I'm really kind of getting tired of you guys hating on me when I'm giving you the answers. Well, I mean, like Charlie Kirk. Maybe some Democrats should put some money behind me, but no, then I'd be biased, like Charlie Kirk. And I don't want to push any political agenda because I think the Democrats probably do lie when they're in power as much as Republicans are lying now. In fact, the Republicans are not lying. Whatever Trump's a part of, he's claiming he's Republican. Republicans are willing to be down with him. He wasn't a registered Republican until 2015. He talks shit about you guys. He donated to Kamala Harris's campaign to be district attorney or whatever it was in California. The guy's just a con artist. No, this is payback for the bomb you dropped on Iran for no reason, just making up a story. Him and Hegseth. They tore up the contract. We stole $115 billion of their money from their oil and told them they couldn't get it back until they stopped their nuclear program. And then he tears up that deal, doesn't pay them their money, and then I think one of them like whispered I might start a nuclear attack or a nuclear bomb again, and so that gave Israel the right to attack them preemptively. And the U.S. wanted to be down, and like they're like the guy in the fight who once the guy's already down, they kick him in the head, and so you just bombed someplace for no fucking reason to show off. Well, you see what happens? Now, see, you don't want them to know that, right? Because that's that whole like the elite knows secrets we don't know. Well, I'm elite, but I'm not rich. No, I took the fall. I'm probably going to get killed, but I am telling you the truth. It's just that the other people don't want to tell you the truth because they want to make money and play you all as slaves. But you all are slaves to them. No, I'm white, but I am basically a 5%er.